In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everyone, this is your girl SC BookGal 843, and it's a Sunday. It's a beautiful, blessed Sunday. I hope you guys had a great day. You went to church, spent time with your family, did that good old Sunday meal because me and my kids, we did it simple this Sunday. We didn't do big. We did it simple. We did some baked cabbage with some barbecue ribs and some rice, and they got all these snacks. Something simple, nothing big. But I know y'all wondering what in the world? She back here again? Yes, I'm back. Another author, another book, and you guys, this edition. Won't you call your kids in the room? Because I have a children's author, and I am so excited to have her with me. So let's paint this picture. Now we're not talking about the grandmas of today. They're a whole different ball game, okay? We talk about them old school grannies. Them one used to get up early on a Sunday morning and fix you that cinnamon toast bread. With bread would be put the butter on it, put a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of sugar, stick in an oven. By the time you get finished putting your church clothes on, you can get a slice and walk out the door and get ready for church. Them grandmas that used to come and pick you up for the summer and had you with them do all the church stuff, and you didn't even go to the church, but she made sure you were in there. Or those grandmas where you used to just go to their house and chill and just eat the watermelon, sit on the porch with them, help them cook. Well, guess what? We got an author that is talking about that. Her book is called Baby Cakes and Grandma's Morning Magic. Y'all, this is the cutest little book. Them old school grannies. So, I would like to welcome Miss Kim Ogilvie. I told you I was going to get it wrong.
It's all
We were
good.
talking about her on stage. I knew I was going to get it. Now, remind me again. How do you say it?
Oglesby. Oglesby.
Oglesby. See,
Yes.
look, I have no problem saying it then, but I
Mhm.
knew once I got up here, it was going to happen. I apologize.
It's all good.
But welcome to SC Book
Great.
Gals and Friends. We are so honored to have you on this Sunday evening. How about you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a Philly girl, originally from Philadelphia, born and raised. Pretty much, if it wasn't for Granny, I wouldn't have accomplished and did the things that I've done so far. Currently working on my PhD. Have an awesome platform called Black Authors Association and Literacy Moments Magazine because I love reading. Books was from one of the things that I was like my escape. So, and it was because of my grandmother that I fell in love with a book. So that's a little bit about me. That's all. Simple.
See, okay, y'all. Let me tell y'all the conversation we had behind the scenes. Okay, and she already laughing because she knows it is true. The grannies nowadays are not like the grandmas we
Mm,
had back in the day.
nope.
Okay, I know if my cousin ever look at my show, she gonna box me in my right eye. But the grannies nowadays, they don't even want you to call them grannies. So when I see someone with their grandchild, I say, okay, what would you like them to call you? What do they normally call you? So I've heard, I have one of my aunt, I love her. They call her G Mom.
Hmm.
I have a cousin, her name is not Granny. She gets mad when I call her Granny. She's a sassy.
Okay.
There are no more grannies. There's no more meemaws.
Mm-mm.
It's nothing like that nowadays. We got the Gmas, the sassy, the Gma, not Gmas, but Gma.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally understand where you're coming from. So, what was the inspiration for this book?
You know, I read so many books, and then I actually was at my brother's house, and we were cooking, and he was cooking cabbage, and I was like, okay, you got her recipe right down the pack. So my grandmother was a cook. We were spoiled with food, and so I was talking to him about the cabbages he was cooking. I was like, "Oh my goodness, you almost got the recipe correct." And so he was like, "You know what? You always complain about people's food." I said, "Well, I was the one in the kitchen with her, getting the little things together, the taster, so I know what I'm talking about." So
Okay.
okay, so that's what the inspiration was. It just like it's time to pay homage to her, and the things that she taught me in the kitchen in life I can is just amazing. But I wanted to start with the cooking part because that's where we connected. Every day we connected in the kitchen.
Same thing. My grandma passed. It has to be more than getting close to 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And people still know my grandma for her cooking.
Yep.
And then they expect, oh, your granny could cook, so I knew you could cook. No, I can't.
Exactly. Exactly.
I can do
Exactly.
little something, but all them roasts and all that.
Oh
Mm-mm.
yeah, no, I can't do all
Listen,
of it. Some of it, yes.
don't ask me for nothing from memory because
Mm-mm.
I'm going to look on the back of that box and figure out what it says. I am 45 and I'm finally getting macaroni and cheese down packed like 2 years ago. But I can fry some chicken down.
Oh
Your
yeah,
girl got the chicken down
you
packed.
gotta get that chicken right. You gotta get the chicken right. Golden brown, it gotta be seasoned to the core.
What? And don't not season the flour. If you don't season the flour, I don't want your chicken. Don't
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
Don't do that. So let me ask you a question. What is the most fondest memory you have of your grandma?
Um, I think the one thing was I when I was a little girl, I used to get up in the morning because I went to Catholic school. So she used to get me up early to do some magical things to my hair. Oh, now that I think about it, I was like a plait here, like four plaits, and I thought I was the bomb. You know what I'm talking about, probably. So, but it was like you have to eat breakfast in the morning. So I always had the egg sandwich, and she would get on me like her coffee. Her coffee was the best. I've never understood how she could cook. I mean, could make coffee in a coffee that percolates, but it was delicious. And she was like, "You need to stop drinking that coffee." And I was like, "No,
Mm-mm.
I can't."
You,
So it
you
would be
can't do
me sitting in a chair, her doing my hair, I'm eating breakfast, and I had to sip her coffee before I went out. And when I went out the door, before she would say, is "Don't forget, you're blessed by the best." That was her line. And then she
it.
would put a cross on
Oh,
my head, and then we would walk out. And she did that to all of us. She would put a cross on our head, and say, "Blessed by the best." And that was like her line for us.
oh, that's so sweet. That is so sweet, man. Your granny, my granny know each other.
My grandmother was Georgia Southern to the core. To the core.
We all must be like the plate because I had long hair. Yes, I had long hair one time, you guys. I kept chopping it off. And every time I chopped my hair, my granny would get mad to the
Mm-hmm.
point that, girl, she called me chicken bunky one day. I said, top of your hair look like chicken bunky. That's me. Oh, God, that just hurt my heart. But then she would rub her head to my head, top of chicken bunky. Yes, that's me. Yo, did my granny just call my hair chicken bunky? She used to hate it. She hated when we cut our hair. So I'm like, what you saying? But your grandma is bringing back
Mm-hmm.
crazy memories of my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So the illustrations in your book, These illustrations are long overdue to come back.
Mhm,
And the reason why I say that is because most of the book covers now for kids,
mhm,
they don't have that warm feel like yours has.
mhm.
It's one of those books where you would want to give a you would want to give this as a gift to the grandmother at the
Right.
baby shower.
Yeah.
You know, what made you want to go with this style of illustration?
It took me a while, and I was like, okay, what was a couple of things that I remember so vividly about my grandmother? She had to have her apron on in the kitchen. That was like it was like hanging up in a certain spot every day. And even though she, her hair was gray and she had wore glasses, she was a little sassy. She had her little perfect earrings on. So that was one of the other things. I was like, this, she had a little sassiness about her as well. But it was like the apron and just, well neat no matter what. But I also wanted to make sure that it was look close to her as well, but also like you said, gave that warm feel like we are having fun in the kitchen. you know that was my messed up ponytail. I mean, we didn't know what he was doing. We just throw it in a ponytail. But I just wanted to one it be fun, but also give it a little sass to it, and that's what I made sure. I said she always had earrings and a ring on her finger, but she had to have that apron on. She was not cooking in the kitchen without an apron on. So
Oh my God. So now tell us a little bit about the book.
it basically talks about how it's actually a series. This one is my first one, and talks about us making breakfast. My grandmother was known for making cheese and rice. That was like her signature dish. But also, the pancakes. Whenever she made pancakes, everybody would come over. So that was like a special thing. But like I said before, whenever she made anything in the kitchen, it was like always, Kim, taste it. Let me know what I'm missing, or Kim, what do you think? So I was that person, tasting everything. When she made sweet potato pies, I had the bowl because it was mine. you know. So, I had the
Sweet
bowl, when she
potato
made the
pie.
cakes. Yeah. So, I just wanted to take a piece of one of our times together and put it in a book. There were so many, but the breakfast part was always my favorite. And, it also brought my family together. Whenever everyone knew she was cooking breakfast, they would come over no matter what. And at the same time, she had like she knew how to kind of love us in our own way. Like she knew, like, this person was coming over at 1 o'clock, his plate was here. This person didn't eat this, so let me put this plate together over here. So, breakfast was a really great time for our family.
See, you guys did the breakfast. I remember my family would do the Sunday dinners
Always, yes, that
and
too. That's the next
and
book.
Thanksgiving, any holiday, it was just ridiculous. It didn't make no sense. On the
Yes.
holidays, how many pieces of ham? This
Ooh,
ham, that ham, black ham, blue ham, this one. How many pieces? It was ridiculous.
yeah.
But I am remembering something that I saw on TikTok today. And I'm gonna ask you this question.
Mm,
There was a young man and he was saying that family is just not family anymore. And that's why I so much adored this book, because this is where I felt after this generation
mm,
of the grandmas, they're leaving this earth.
mhm.
Seems like that mantle is going with them. Do
Yeah.
you feel the same way?
Um, our family went through that a lot, when she passed away. Because we wasn't sure who would pick up that mantle. And it took,
Mm.
and we were like, when we are like 5 generations strong. So it's like, what do we do next? And then we realized that, we have to do something. So we did something, just little small things to kind of bring us back together. But and you felt the loss. But I think it also was us all grieving in our own way.
Ah.
Um, and then, trying to figure out what do we do next, because again, she loved us in our own special way. And when that was like a voided piece, we were trying to figure out what we do next. I mean, honestly, it took me a while to go back to my grandmother's house, and I moved because I was just like, "Ugh," because she had been in our lives so much, 84 years. We were spoiled with her. So I think
Yes,
a lot of it was, you don't go through the grieving process, and as people we don't realize it's okay to get help through the grieving process as well. And then once you go through that grieving process, putting the pieces back together to build that strong foundation that you have. And we're like us, like I said, our family is there now, and we started something small like a group chat, and it turned out to be the best thing ever, sharing birthdays, sharing pictures, communicating with each other. But it's, that one little thing brought us back together. A simple group chat. Even
that is
showing the elders how to use, all the elders got their cell phone, showing them how to use the group chat as well. But it just, that one little thing brought us back together.
baby. What did it say right there? What did I say right there, baby?
All that dinging noise, what's going on?
Turn this thing off. Look,
But not let
y'all.
you be in the loop. You in trouble. You ain't add me to that.
Yes, yes. And so I do understand that. I mean, my family, we do small things. Like our biggest thing is Christmas at my Aunt Jackie's.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the biggest things. Sometimes somebody, um, we had the Grinch one time, one year, we had Santa Claus one year. It's, yeah, there's kids, yo, when the Grinch came through, I ain't never see kids run so fast before in their life. One kid was running down the street. It was like, catch him. So I do understand that. And one of these things, I'm hoping that the, the African American community can get back to that. I would love to get back to that.
Mm-hmm.
So now I heard you say that this is the first book in the series. Can we get a little bit of what Granny about to do next?
Granny is gonna take me down south to Georgia in the country for the summertime. And
Yes.
traumatize me though. No, I'm gonna spend the summer with her, in the country, and do some things on the farm.
Y'all, y'all, she bringing back all kind of memories. The things I used to
From,
do
yeah, from
on
kicking it,
Stewart Street in the summer.
from getting the chickens out the chicken coop to going picking some peaches. Yeah, we're gonna go through that process.
Man, look at here.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Well, I wasn't in the country. I was in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that oh, Jesus Christ. Things that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope they ain't in heaven having a conversation because, Lord, when I get up there. Whoo! So, who is your target audience for baby cakes and grandma's morning magic?
Honestly, it's for, I really wrote it for the K-3, but also, um, those, honestly, adults that miss their grandma. Just to bring them back to have some good memories. And so surprisingly, I've had some adults be like you did, I remember that for real. And it puts a smile on their face, and that's what I want. That's what I really, really want. Just to bring back some happy memories and make you have a good day with a good smile. That's all.
Yes. And you know what? That is awesomely true because my daughter has a video of her grandma.
Hmm.
Her talking trash to her grandma, like she was trying to get her to eat. And my daughter was telling her, no, 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 I don't want that. And she every time she misses her grandma, she goes to her phone and she plays that video.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I'm so happy that she had that
yeah.
little bit of time with her grandma and then to be the only girl.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
So we're gonna step it up early for some fun questions.
Okay.
Okay? So what was the nickname that your grandma gave you? And why did she give you that nickname?
It was baby cakes. And
Oh,
I don't know what, I never knew what it meant. me a baby cakes. And I'm like, what is a baby cake? No,
Oh,
I don't. And then my aunt called me baby cakes. And still to the day, my aunt said, "Hey, baby cakes, how you doing?" I'm like, I don't know what it means, but I like the way it sounds.
oh man.
So
So
it was baby cake.
um, that is so cute. Now you're gonna laugh because I'm gonna answer that question. When I do the fun questions, I also answer them too. Y'all, this is not insulting, okay? My granny used to call us dumb behinds.
The what?
You dumb behinds, and then she would start laughing like, what the devil? You dumb behind. It's like, yo, granny, like seriously, that's what they can do. But then she also had each one of us had our own little nickname. Was mine was Tracy or Frenchie. So
Okay.
that's why I asked that question because Granny, they used to give us some crazy names back in the day.
Yeah, everybody had a crazy name back in the day.
And everybody had. I thought the names today were crazy, but when you look back then, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that little girl in the picture is you, correct?
Close to it.
Close to it. Well, guess what? They want to cast her in the movie Baby Cakes and Grandma's Morning Magic for um, the Up Channel, where they do all the little family dramas. Who childhood actress, I'm sorry, is going to play you, and why them?
Oh, wow. I would say the young Kiki Palmer,
The young Kiki Palmer.
like
The
from
young
when she
Kiki Palmer.
played in what's the spelling bee movie? A Kill in the Bee.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
I want to win the national spelling bee. I'm like, okay, little girl, calm down.
Um,
So why Kiki Palmer at that age?
because one, she was inquisitive, but she still was very nice, well mannered. Knew that Mama didn't play. And Sebastian was her mother. She knew her mama didn't play.
At
Uh,
all.
but she still wanted to do things. But she was like, "I'm gonna do it. I'll just get in trouble later." I was that way too. I'll get in trouble. And I always had like that best friend, like, "Don't tell nobody." And like, "Girl, I ain't gonna tell you." Yeah, okay.
I ain't gonna tell nobody. Next minute, now, girl, let me tell you what she did.
So yeah, I had a little bit of that in me.
All right, so we already have Kiki Palmer. So who would play Grandma and why? They get that honor.
The grandmother from Soul Food was the closest to my grandmother. And
Man,
every time I look at that movie, I tear up like, oh my goodness, yeah, I remember that the green, that whole process of her making that meal. Yeah, that was my grandmother.
yes.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. Okay, see you now.
I went there.
You went there. You went there because now I'm thinking, oh, man, I might have to do a Sunday dinner next week. And now
Yeah,
but guess what? I got
cabbages,
two nephews who can't take food right now, so it's all good.
cabbages and chicken is every Sunday dinner. That's our signature Sunday dinner for our family.
Okay, so tell us what was on the menu for a signature Sunday dinner at your family?
Um, excuse me. Well, of course, you cook breakfast, and everybody either before church or after church came and got your breakfast. But it was just really weird because at breakfast, if you wasn't coming back, your dinner was ready. No one had to cook Sunday dinner in our family. No one. You could come and get some cabbages, baked or fried chicken, some
Ooh,
cornbread, either some
ooh,
yams or potato
ooh,
salad, depending on how she felt. But
ooh.
you did not have to worry about cooking Sunday dinner ever. In the summertime, she would do like this cream corn. It was so good. But every Sunday it was ready, either when you ate breakfast or if you came back to church. But the cabbages, always cabbages.
Always cabbages?
Yeah,
Ooh, that sounds good.
She even won an award for her cabbages. That's how good they were.
What? Well, congratulations, Granny. Why we say? Can I hear your grandma's first and last name?
Her name was Mary Oglesby.
Miss Mary. Oh, Miss Mary. Oh, Miss Mary, well, she been here. I can get some of your cabbage. Okay, I'm a fat girl at heart. I ain't got no problem to say I'm hungry and will eat your food. I ain't got no problem. Don't tell me to
Yeah.
come and eat some dinner because I coming. I'm gonna be right there.
She wasn't gonna let you leave unless you ate anyway. That was, you gotta have something to eat when you walk in the door.
That's what I'm talking about. So let me ask you a question. Did your granny cook on Sunday or did she cook Saturday afternoon?
She prepped on Saturday, but everything was cooked by 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday.
So
She was
she was
yeah,
one of them grannies that got up at the crack of dawn
yes,
and
yes,
started cooking everything.
yes,
And
yes,
you trying to sleep and all you hear is clink, 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 clink.
yes.
Yes.
Or smelling
Or
something.
okay, so with my mother's mom, my granny Bingy, I would hear James Cleveland
Hmm.
or
Yes,
Shirley Caesar.
yes.
My other granny, I would hear uh what's that? She was big into the choir thing. So she not
Okay.
John P. Key, but them old school
Yes,
Mississippi mass choirs.
yes.
I remember one time we went to the club, we came back, and it was like maybe 2, 3 hours later, she been in the kitchen cooking. And I'll
Mm.
never forget, somebody went in the kitchen and they gave her that look, boy. Hey, the rest of us said we'll sleep when we get home from church. We ain't trying to go through that. Because they got the lashing. I was like, dang, how you walk out of that one?
Ooh,
But
don't go in that
yes,
kitchen. Mm-mm. No.
what would you say to readers that have these wonderful memories of
Mm.
their grandmas? What would you say to them how they can capture those memories? What would you say for all those memories? What would you tell the reader to do with that those memories?
I would actually tell them make sure you write it down, and also gather some pictures and create a collage for yourself. That's one of the things we started doing. When unfortunately when people pass away, we would always kind of figure out, well, where's the pictures? Who had the picture books? And that was one of the things I was glad our family did. We took a lot of pictures, so we were able to kind of pull things together. But I would tell them write it down. When before my grandmother got a little sick, I actually recorded some things from her as well. So that's one of the things, and that was one of the things that kind of helped a lot of my mom and her sisters and brothers heal because they needed her voice, but
Mm.
also the pictures. We, kind of put together collages, and also it was a fun time. Like, who was that in that picture? What they doing? And so that
Ooh.
was some of the things that kind of got our family together as well, because we talked about those memories. And I am the oldest grandchild, and then there's more grandchildren 9 years later. So I know a lot of things that they don't know, or seen or met a lot of our family that they don't know. So that you too. So, those pictures help me tell stories about the family that they didn't meet or didn't know and things of that sort. So I definitely would tell them, take pictures. Don't sleep on pictures. They last a long time. But also write things down.
Yeah.
Write things down.
Yes, you're so right. The
Right.
writing thing down, I never thought about that.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I
Right.
mean, my mother is no longer here, and I ain't got no grandkids. He better not give me none either. But I do have aunts, and I do have this one aunt. We really she kind of stepped in as that grandmother. So
Hmm.
I never thought about doing that.
Yeah.
Now the pictures,
Yeah.
boy, there's some incriminating pictures.
It's sure enough are, right? Yeah.
Everybody got that. What is that? The burgundy picture from back in the day.
Yeah.
You had your diaper on, looking crazy as heck, and they got the camera in your face, and you looking like this. So the pictures, I totally
Yeah,
understand.
the pictures are important.
So you guys, take that hint, make those memories, take those pictures because who knows how long we have on this earth, and we really do need to enjoy ourselves and our family and keep that generational information. We
Yeah.
shouldn't have to try to go back and find this person and how that person was to this person. It should be easy. We really do, especially my generation and the
Mhm.
generations to come. I think they kind of lost that link. So let's go ahead and try to build that link back together.
Yeah.
But we are getting close to the end. But before we go, we need the rundown. We need to find out where we can get baby cakes and grandma's morning magic, how we could follow you.
Mhm.
I understand that you have an author community. Tell us a little bit about that. Just go ahead and give us the rundown.
Okay. Well, you can definitely get the order the book from off our website. It's just simply my name, KimOglesby.com, or my Instagram, which is Beach Girls PR. And also, I actually am the founder of the Black Authors Association. So you can always find me on there, helping some authors as well, making sure they post their books. My thing is, we as Black and Brown people have written some great books, so I want to make sure everyone knows that. So that's one of the things that Black Authors Association definitely promotes. And also, I have Literacy Moments magazine, and that pretty much is a magazine that spotlights authors, so that way we can get into schools, libraries, and bookstores and all that great stuff. So and also it helps those inspiring authors get some tips and tidbits on how to get started, because I know the author journey can be difficult, and just not knowing how to start, you may need that community, or just something, a reading resource. So that's why we have Literacy Moments. So
There you
um,
go.
but one other thing I just want to say, one of the things that we do every year, which is coming up this weekend, my grandmother used to feed the community on her birthday. She used to feed about 200 people, and since she's been gone, we actually do that. So this weekend we are is her birthday is on the 25th of July, and on that Saturday we actually feed the community in Philadelphia where she used to live at. You can't miss it because we were able to get the street where she lived at named after her. So those little things that we did to honor her, because she was a pillar of the community, and we actually have kept that tradition going because she was the bomb. She was that person.
Well, make sure you send me some information so I can share it out to everyone that I know, and y'all go out there and support.
Yeah.
This the times that we're in, y'all. The need is there,
Yes.
so all we have to do is show up and meet the need.
Yes.
Like I always tell people, put the question and the answer together.
Mhm.
Okay. So I thank you for joining me. You done brought back all these memories. Now I'm about to go find some of my baby pictures. I might post them up online. There's one picture my uncle have me and my cousin. I'm gonna say her name. She gonna be mad. And I'm gonna say her nickname, Dinky.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, like Dinky. Uncle got a picture of both of us
Uh-huh.
back in the day because I was the oldest and she came 3 months after. She could have let me
Okay.
keep my shine, but she came 3 months after. And we have a picture with our Uncle Mark, and Lord, that picture. Every time I look at that picture, I say, "Man, why? Just why? Y'all just had to snap that, didn't you?"
He
But
was like smiling from ear to ear.
I think in that picture, I look lost. I
But
think
Uncle was happy. He had the two girls with him.
he was smiling ear to ear because he
Yes.
loved us all. Our uncle, oh, don't, hey, our uncles don't play about us.
Yes.
He just sit out there, he's smiling ear to ear, and we sit up there looking at each other like, what is this? I'm gonna find y'all. I'm gonna find that picture. I know who got that picture. I'm gonna find that picture. But
Mhm.
thank you for
Thank
bringing
you.
these beautiful memories and helping us to develop these memories with our kids, our future kids, future generations. You guys go out there and get baby cakes and grandma's morning magic off
Yes.
her website. You see it scrolling at the bottom. That makes a perfect gift
Yeah.
for the grandma to be, or grandmas in general to
Hmm.
take that book and read to their grandkids. I wouldn't even say for the holidays. I'll just say anytime.
Yeah,
Okay.
anytime.
Thank you, Kim, for
Thank
being with us
you.
tonight.
Thank you.
You guys,
Appreciate it.
you, you're welcome. You guys remember, there's no such thing as an old book because not everybody has read every book. I'll
Mhm.
see you guys Tuesday with another author. Good night, everyone. Bye.